You know you can't talk college basketball without referencing Michigan State. They've done great things throughout the history of the NCAA. And Tyson Walker, point guard, senior. What's going on, brother? He joins us today.
What's up, man?
Making it happen. You making it happen too.
Yeah, been playing some good games together. Uh, Having a good stretch.
Yes, sir. You transferred to Michigan State. What was the transition like from Christ the King, Northeastern, and then Michigan State? Those are like high school traditional program, college traditional program, Northeastern, a juggernaut in the Northeast. Were the cultures different for you?
Yeah, for sure. But all programs I went to were accustomed to winning, so it's all similar in a way. But just different levels, different expectations with your individual performances along with the team performances.
For sure, for sure. Michigan State, to me, you can talk about Duke, you can talk about the Kentuckys of the world, you can talk about the North Carolinas. But my entry point to Michigan State was the Flintstones with Mateen Cleaves and all those other guys. What was your earliest recollection of turning on the TV and seeing Michigan State?
Just seeing like Denzel Valentine, and then as I really started paying more attention, just watching Cassius. He one of the best to come through here, passing and scoring wise. So just watching them, how we get up and down the floor, and how coach just let the guards kind of go, and you got the keys really.
Injuries aside, at some points during the season, how has your senior season been for you, culture wise, on the court wise, and even competition?
Senior season been good, just we had some couple letdowns. If we would put good stretches toward the end of the games together, I see them be looking totally different right now. So just other than that, though, I feel like I've been playing well, doing what's expected of me. I think that's the big part, meeting expectations. But it doesn't matter if we don't win. So now it's time. We got 7 games left in the regular season. Just got to put a good stretch together and make a run in the tournament.
I've heard stories about just Tom Izzo's competitiveness, but also his sense of humor. I look at both he and Greg Popovich as old school guys. But like, does Tom Izzo actually like laugh and tell jokes?
Yeah, all the time. All
Really?
the time. Yeah, what you see on TV, that's him, but that's not always him. He definitely jokes a lot. He wants you to joke with him, but he has his demands that if you meet him. But other than that, like he's a regular guy, just loves basketball.
What is something about him that you learned that you found fascinating?
Uh, Really, probably this is the most common one, but it's just so true. Just how much he cares about people. There's some place you'll go. Probably you'll never speak to your coach, or even when you're done, like people still come back here all the time when they're done, just because the family that's built. Just because how much he's putting on you, it makes you closer with your teammates. So y'all can get through the tough times. But other than that, like he has your back no matter what. He's gonna always make sure he can help you, even if he can't. He's gonna try his best to help you. He's just a great person.
You're a point guard at Michigan State. There's been a lot of point guards and or playmakers that come out of that school, namely to me, Magic Johnson, as well as Draymond Green. What are some of the, I guess, stories that you've heard about both of them positively during your time walking the hallways at Michigan State?
Just the work they put in to get better and to win. Both those guys won. Draymond didn't win a championship, but He's probably one of the most winningest 4 years, I think. So just winning, work, the demands they put on their teammates, the man's coach, their coaches put on them, and how they met them, and they demanded more from everybody.
What was the biggest transition from being a New Yorker to going to Michigan for you?
Mm. But so going from New York to Boston was all right, because it's a big city. so it's a lot of food and stuff. But in Michigan, East Lansing, I feel like it wasn't that much food to eat. Things close early. I get hungry late, and things just be closed early.
Okay.
That's it's an underrated one, but it's definitely important.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Um, music wise, what's bumping in your earphones?
It depends on the time of the day. I listen to everything, so just depending on the time of day. If I'm up early, I got some old school stuff playing. Just it really just depends on how I'm feeling.
How old school we talking? Because old school, your old school, my old school, my parents' old school is three different things.
Probably like your old school,
Okay.
maybe a little older.
Okay.
I don't know. I can tell you last song I just listened
Okay. Tell me.
to.
Is that Faith Evans all night long?
Nah, Mary Jane Girls.
Yeah, you got an eclectic collection right there.
Yeah, that was I was up early this morning. That's what I was listening to.
Okay. Okay. Tell me, your workload, your practice time, your game time. At what point did you really fully grasp the notion of time management? Was that something that started in high school? Was that something more when you were in Boston Northeastern? When did time management really kick in for you and say, yo, I got to make sure I'm on my P's and Q's?
I would say what really helped. I went to prep school after I left Christ King.
Okay.
That really helped. Just kind of they help plan your day. So it's like workout, class, practice, study hall, hang out, bed. So just stuff like that. That helped me. Then when I got to college, it wasn't laid out that way, but being at prep school helped me, organize my day a little better, prioritizing. And then that just carried with me throughout.
The competition level from conference to conference was like night and day. I would imagine you going to school in Boston, you're playing against people, smaller guards, smaller power forwards and centers, and then night in, night out, you're at Michigan State, you're going against Notre Dame's or the Dukes or the North Carolinas. I mean, how big of a transition was that for you? Did it take you back to high school at Christ the King playing against global competition there similarly?
No, not really. Northeastern, that league, when I was in there, had really good guards. So just the guard play, I don't feel as much different. Just more athletic being here now. Just and the bigs are big, and it's a lot. It's just a lot more physical. That's the biggest thing I get used to. Just the physicality of it. Knowing that like if you run like people are trying to hit you now, it's like there's no avoiding contact. So just getting used to that was the biggest one.
When you were in high school, who were you trying to play like?
Shoot, nobody really. I was just out there just playing. I was a lot smaller in high school, so it was a little different. But I didn't really have no one I really wanted to play like.
Who were people saying you play like now?
Shoot, I don't know. I don't know. I do get complimented, like, on my finishing, being able to make tough shots, breaking people down, just having a knack for stealing the ball. That's really me.
Klay Thompson told me that he would watch Michael Jackson in concert before big games because it would get him hype and he would just absorb the magnitude of just being in the moment. Two-part question. What NBA players do you find yourself watching highlights of? And what non-basketball YouTube video do you watch that gets you hype for anything, whether that's taking a test, whether that's going to the big game, or just waking up in the morning and saying, I'm settled in?
So basketball player, definitely Kyrie, Dame. I see a lot of Jalen Brunson. I see a lot of Tyrese Halliburton. See him a lot now. Those are like the main ones that I see. Oh, and Luka, but I don't really like watching Luka. He's 6'9" and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, that's in a video.
Non-basketball.
I don't really be on YouTube like that, bro. I used to a couple years ago. I used to listen to like the Kobe interviews he used to do. I used to play that while I was making breakfast before games and stuff. That was it, though.
I feel like we talk about generational gaps and just who watched what. We talked about it in music. I want to take it back to you mentioning Kobe. Do you have older brothers or older cousins?
Yeah, I have an older brother.
Like my age?
No.
Okay. So do you find in people who are like maybe 40s or maybe a little under 40 or older that Michael for their generation is what Kobe is for your age bracket?
Like just like not really seeing him, but like hearing about him and stuff, kind of like that.
Yeah. So like I've had conversation with Zach Levine before where he talked about how he's watched videos of Michael. He doesn't have a recollection of Michael as a Wizard, but he, him playing for the Bulls and him being one of the faces, he has an appreciation for Michael without actually lived to watch him. Comparatively, I feel like Kobe, for your age bracket, that level of greatness, or people making him the it guy, I feel like Kobe is that for your age bracket and maybe a little older. So I guess my question is from hearing people talk about Michael and how great he was, and you watching Kobe at points in your age, at the age you are now and even younger, do you feel like he fills that void for your age group?
Yeah, for sure. I've seen Kobe when I was younger, but I can't walk you through a game that he played. I could remember watching him play. So I definitely think you have a point there, especially like Jordan. I've never I just watch videos or they show the old games.
What fascinates you about watching Michael videos?
He kind of made the game look easy. That's what makes me question sometimes, but he just made it look easy when he played. Just run around, people shooting over people, dunking on people. It was just the game just looked easy to him.
When you look back at college basketball players, do you see any guys who did that on the college level?
I can't think of none right now that the game was just easy to them. Who would you say?
Grant Hill.
I
want you. Go ahead. What you gonna say?
No, I said that's before me.
It was. The only other person that I would say that for, and he didn't play a lot of games, was Kyrie. Yeah. I feel like Kyrie was Steph Curry at Duke.
Yeah. It probably would have been one of those, yeah.
How old were you when Kyrie played for Duke? That was like, what, 2010, 2011?
So I'm just 10 or 11.
Wow.
Okay. I'm the same age of the year. About to be 24 come in September.
Next level, you're a senior. Are you looking to make that transition to the league? What is some of the feedback that you've been getting, draft-wise?
I haven't got any feedback. Haven't really tried to even get into that. Just trying to play the best I can to put myself in a position, to have a chance to, get on somebody's team. But no, I haven't looked into trying to get feedback or anything. Just focusing on season now.
Growing up, who were people that were mentors in your life that kept you on the right path in this journey of high school basketball player who was looking to make that transition to the next level?
I would say really the main person, just my brother. He's 4 years older than me.
Mm-hmm.
So when he was in college, he went to college as I went into high school. So I always watched him play. And then his sophomore year, junior year, we were talking about him transferring up. But back it was a little different. It was a sit-out rule. He didn't want to do that. But it would have probably been the best thing for him. So then when it was my time, he just, he pushed forward. He pushed it forward yeah, you got to do it. And then stuff like that. So everything I do now, I always get his input, even if it's buying a pair of sneakers, I always send it to him first, just see what he says. So he's really the main one.
Sneakers. Which ones did you really have to get his input on before you got them?
Oh, I send him every sneaker. No matter if they $100 or $500, I send it to him.
Okay. What's your go-to?
Like my everydays?
Yeah.
Everydays, I got a couple Asics I just be throwing on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, black Travis Scotts. Those are my dailies though. Just throw them on every day.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really get dressed right now. Ain't nowhere to go.
Yeah. But if you were home, if you go to the movies, if you were going out to a party, or if you were going to something worth going to, what's your go-to?
It might just depend on the day. It might depend on the day. I don't got no set shoe that's my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah, like I'll get the shoe that I get most recent. I'll be like, yeah, I like that shoe.
Okay.
But it doesn't last like that.
I like that you said Asics. I've never heard somebody your age talk about Asics like that.
Yeah, they coming back. Maybe they coming back.
I like it. Old school with a flash of new school, with those who came before you. Brother, you're a wealth of knowledge, and I thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, brother.